Hello, my name is Pixel, and today on the Sapphire Tech YouTube channel we're going to be taking a look at Nioh 2 running maxed out at a 1440p resolution on our Sapphire Nitro Plus RX 6800 XT graphics card alongside the AMD Ryzen 7 5800X CPU. Unfortunately, Nioh 2 utilizes a 120fps limit during gameplay and a 30fps limit during cutscenes, so if you are running a monitor with a refresh rate that is not divisible by 60, I'd highly recommend that you attempt to set it at either 60 or 120Hz in order to achieve proper frame pacing. Alternatively, if you are running a high refresh rate FreeSync compatible monitor, I'd suggest that you make sure FreeSync is enabled for the smoothest possible experience. Now, when it comes to performance, for the most part we are sitting at a rock solid 120fps, minus the odd stutter that seems to creep up when transitioning between areas. Whilst I can't be certain, I suspect that these stutters are related to either system memory or storage, as these stutters certainly feel much less severe after I moved the installed folder over to an NVMe SSD, though it is also possible that this is just placebo. Either way, for the most part our frame rate is holding steady, but that's not to say that it's perfect either. Whilst rare, I did stumble across a few points where our performance would seemingly buckle for a few seconds, normally when particle effects get turned up to 11 and completely fill the screen. This would normally lead me to assume that the performance degradation is caused by something along the lines of alpha transparency. However, during these drops we also witness a drop in GPU utilization and power draw, hinting towards the bottleneck coming from a different source. I suppose that it is possible that this could be down to the game currently lacking driver optimization, or maybe even due to bandwidth limitations, but I can't be sure. Hopefully this is something that will be addressed in future, because on the odd occasion where it does crop up, it can certainly interrupt the flow of combat. Thankfully, like I've said, this appears to be super rare. I think I played for around 5 or 6 hours at this point and I've only noticed these drops maybe 2 or 3 times. Again, I'm pretty sure that these aren't GPU related, but since I can't be sure, I think it's definitely worth mentioning. The one area of performance that I did find frustrating was actually the 30fps cutscenes. Whilst I can appreciate that it's not like you're controlling anything during these sections, there's no getting around the fact that they simply end up looking rather bad. I was actually convinced that it was actually running much slower than 30fps, so much so that I went back and viewed the footage one frame at a time, and no, they are in fact 30fps. On a side note, it was only when watching back these cutscenes did I actually realise that I'm wearing a mouse and keyboard on my head, and yeah, that's something at least. Now, moving on over to the presentation, I have to say that Nioh 2 is a bit of a mixed bag. Whilst many aspects of the game can look great, such as the animation, combat, and even some of the environments, there's still many more aspects that, put simply, look poor. For starters, the texture quality is pretty bad, motion blur is unreliable, anti-aliasing is mostly ineffective, and the asset quality in general is more than a little bit dated. To put things into perspective, if you were to present me with some gameplay of Nioh 2 and tell me that this game was released a decade ago, I'd most likely believe it. To be fair though, it's not like any of this really matters, because this is certainly not one of those games that is relying on its visuals to push sales, far from it. In my opinion, based on what little I've played, I have to say that the gameplay on offer here is, well, spectacular. Don't get me wrong, I do suck at it, but that is besides the point. If you're into the whole Souls-like genre, then there's a good chance that you're going to be into this too, and I don't blame you. I'm thinking that this may be one of the few games that I actually get around to playing from start to finish this year. I really have liked it that much. But anyway, I will leave you with a little bit more gameplay and sign off for the day. Please remember to slap that subscribe button and ding that bell if you are new to the channel, like the video if you've liked the video, and leave any questions, suggestions or feedback down in the comment section below. For now though, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you later. Enjoy the rest of the video.
欲しがるやつがいるなんてな。ボロい商売だぜ。